Okay. So here's the thing. I've been avoiding making this video for so long. Yeah, okay. I've been avoiding making this video for so long because I'm scared of the gatekeepy fanboys that are gonna try and come after this and fact check everything that I'm about to say. But you know what? Fuck them. Because I'm gonna do this. This is just the dates of each series so that I don't forget, because I may be able to do most of this by heart, but I'm not gonna remember every single year of every single series. So you know what? Let's go. Star Trek, the original series, had no fucking right. This was a series that shouldn't have even existed. Like, they filmed the first pilot and NBC passed. Like, they're like, no, we don't want your dumb space show. Like, the only reason that it went to air at all is because Lucille fucking Ball, I love Lucy, Lucille Ball, decided that she and her production company would front the money for them to film a second pilot. They recast Spock. Leonard Nimoy was not in the original pilot for Star Trek, the original series. And it didn't even do well. Like, I know that there's 70 some episodes of Star Trek, the original series, and then there's also an animated series and whatever. But like, it did not do well when it was airing. It barely got 3 seasons. And the reason that that's 70 some episodes is because seasons work differently in the 60s. This is 1966 to 1969. And seasons were just longer. They were like half the year instead of like taking as many breaks as we do now. So it's a lot of episodes, but it was only 3 years. And they kept wanting to cut it. Like, it got renewed for the second season on like a whim, I guess. It got renewed for the third season based on a letter writing campaign from the few fans that there were, which were mostly physics and like mathematics, engineering students at random universities all across the country. So barely scraped into a third year, and what's there to say? Like, it ended, the fans were sad, but like there weren't enough fans to be sad about it for it to like have ever existed and like for people to care. So that should have been the end of it. There's another thing. That should have been the end of it. But you know what happened? Syndication. Reruns happened. My refrigerator is running. Just shh. Reruns happened. In the 70s and the early 80s, Star Trek would play on local television during the day, late at night, and they would play it just to fill the schedule because it was cheap AF, and there were enough episodes that they could just like throw on a bunch, and you probably wouldn't see a repeat for a couple of months. Like, that's the only reason the franchise stayed on. And Star Trek, The Next Generation, was pretty much the first series to do syndication and do it really well. They took out Star Trek, The Next Generation to all the networks, and every single network wanted to make too many changes to it. They're like, we want these things, and like, we want to go in this different direction, and the like producers of Next Generation were just like, no, we have to keep it true to what we want this series to be, and we're not going to compromise that. So they held reruns of the original series over the heads of all the local channels that were airing the reruns, and then said, if you do not air our new show, we're going to take away the reruns that you rely on and that everybody loves. They got, like, this is the first, obviously, syndication has been around for a while. Talk shows do syndication, like Saturday shows in the morning do syndication, but this is like a primetime show that did syndication, unheard of. And then they just went and like won Emmys. What? And then it just kept getting bigger. You've got from 1987 to 2005, that's like almost 30 years, there was a Star Trek series on TV consistently. And as many as like 3 at once. Like, yeah, sure, let's do it. People just ate it up. They're just like, yes, we want more of this right in my veins, give it to me. Even though it's different. The Next Generation was so different from the original series, and people were still like, I need it like crack. This is ridiculous, people. That this tiny show that shouldn't have aired at all is now one of the most recognizable franchises in the world. So, like, Star Trek had no right to become what it did, but it did it anyway. And now we have blockbuster movies. Say what you will about the movies, the like 2009 and on movies, but like they were blockbuster movies. Everybody went to go see them. Not everybody, but like people went to go see them. And that is one of the reasons that we have Star Trek Discovery, that we have Star Trek Picard coming out. Like, people still want Star Trek almost 70 years later. So, like, fight me. Yeah, that's all I got. Okay, I guess I kind of have one other thing to say, which is that, like I said, I've been meaning to make this video for a really long time, and I want to make more videos like this. So, if this was an interesting video to you, I hope it was. Please let me know in the comments down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know if there's another show that you want me to talk about in this like very frenzied, manic fashion. 'Cause I really enjoyed this video. Yep, that's all I got. Bye, guys.